Hi folks, my name is Lawrence Man, this is LAWRENCEcanDRAW, and today we're going to be reviewing the Huion KAMVAS GT-221 Pro. That's right, this is the flagship monitor drawing tablet. This is an IPS display. For me, this ticks a lot of boxes. It has a matte display, which is a huge thing, Even some of the biggest and most expensive kind of devices that you can draw on are horrible because they have gloss displays. The Microsoft Surface devices have gloss displays, and while I think they're great devices, the gloss displays kind of ruin them. The iPad Pros gloss displays really ruin them. You know, both of those devices should come with matte displays. A lot of drawing tablets out there come with gloss displays and it ruins them. But this comes with a really nice matte display. Hotkeys. This comes with 10 hotkeys either side and a touch bar. Awesome. Now, a lot of drawing tablets don't come with hotkeys. Again, Surface has the Surface Studio. No hotkeys. Now, I've done a lot of videos talking about tiny keyboards, big keyboards, on-screen hotkeys, and you know, the Wacom remote, and lots of other ways of using hotkeys. Some of which are good, some of which are bad. Lots of options that you can go with that you might like. Some might be right for you, some might be right for other people. But personally, hotkeys actually attached to the device like this, you use without thinking about it, and when you do that, that's the best way to do it. And that's why a device like this is kind of the best kind of device. And the larger screen is always the better option. You know, for some people, they say the 16-inch screen, whatever, is better suited for them. Okay, in some instances, yes, but a bigger screen is always the better option. The biggest screen you can have is always the better option. That's the caveat to that. Now, in this review, I'm going to, first of all, do an unboxing. Then I'm going to do a quick setup. Then I'm going to spend an hour or so doing a sketch, but it's going to be a good professional sketch. You'll love what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go over my final thoughts of what I think about this device. Now, this device is probably one of the better professional high-end tablets out there, especially for the affordable price. It is under £1,000. From any other manufacturer, I don't think there's another tablet out there that can beat what this can do, to be honest. You know, there's a few other tablets out there that are this size and do roughly what this does, but given the fact that I've tried a lot of them out there, this is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to be doing a lot of tablet reviews, and as I go through this series of reviews, I'm going to be doing comparisons as well. So you'll see for yourself. Hey, let's just get on with the unboxing, shall we? The unboxing now. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more unboxings. The first thing we pull out is a mystery box. Ooh, I like mystery boxes. Everybody likes mystery boxes. Okay, so there's also a piece of wood, and it is proper wood. That's not cardboard, that's wood. Now, the good thing about the piece of wood is that is reinforcing your box, and that's good if you want to take the box, use it as a carry case to, say, a studio and home, and kind of take your tablet back and forth. That's very handy if you want to use it as a carry case. Now, pulling the rest of the stuff out of the box here and going further into the unboxing, I noticed a couple more things. There's another mystery box. Ooh, not so much mystery because this one has an icon of a pen, so I can pretty much guess what that is. But there's a little mystery parcel which looks suspiciously like it's gonna be a stand. And there's also a couple of cables there, which we'll get to in a little while. Big foam parcel package bit. Yep. That's obviously the tablet itself, but there's also there's a little package here which is the manuals and what looks like a micro CD. Not seen those since the 90s. Yeah, so that's the manuals there and a warranty card and the micro CD, a baby CD. How cute is that? That's awesome. I love that. I mean, a little baby CD there. Yeah, haven't seen one in years. Absolutely great. Only one trouble is that I don't actually have a CD in my computer CD drive, so I'm gonna have to go to Huion's website and download the drivers. Not a problem, takes 5 minutes. You can go and find them on the product page. The stand is white. This is the same generic stand that Huion and a lot of other tablet companies use. It's a good, strong, reliable stand, but it's white. Not seen that before. It's kind of an off grey, but it's almost white. Strangely enough, the tablet is actually in kind of a static resistant bag. Ooh, I haven't seen this before with any other drawing tablet. So I'm not sure what this means. I've seen it before with laptops. What do we do? Do we open the mystery box? I'm tempted to leave the drawing tablet in there and come back to it. We'll go through the mystery box. It's got some little screws. It's got the cleaning cloth. Cleaning cloth is Huion branded as well, which is nice to see. A lot of others have just gone with the standard off-the-shelf one. There's a charging cable for the pen, obviously. There's probably a couple of those in there. A screwdriver. How cool is this? I've never seen a screwdriver. It's not branded. It's just pretty regular, but I've never seen a screwdriver in there before. This is the one I predominantly use. This is a Stanley branded pocket screwdriver. It looks like a pen, but it's got both ends on it, plus and minus. And yeah, but it's nice to have one kind of just given to you, so you don't need any other tools, you know. And that's so you can attach the base. We've got our charger and all the other cables we need. That's what's in this mystery box. I just call all boxes that you can't immediately see in mystery boxes. So the other cables were the VGA cable and the HDMI cable. And yet they look nice quality and chunky as well. So mystery box 2 is the Huion stylus. And I've got to say that I actually have an affinity for Huion stylus. I love the shape of it. The shape is really, really nice. There's something about that kind of thinned down end. It's a nice stylus. It feels nice in the hand. It has 2 buttons. And the only thing that gripes me about this entire stylus is that all the nibs are hard nibs. And I would have liked some soft nib options. That would have been nice. The actual design of the stylus is actually I think my favourite kind of design. I would have liked an eraser on the end, but I'm not put off by that by any means. You know, I use a lot of styluses these days that don't have erasers on the end. It's easy to change the nib. It comes with nib remover. The case is easy to use. It's nice. I'm happy with that stylus. The tablet itself, it's a really good size. It feels really sturdy. The outputs are all on the side rather than underneath like they are on a lot of other tablets. Now this came with a screen protector, but only a temporary screen protector to make sure it wasn't scratched when it came out of the factory. You can see the front and the back there. You have to put the stand on yourself. A lot of other tablets come with the stand already attached, but in this case, yeah, you have to put the stand onto it yourself. It's not a problem. It takes, 2 minutes, and they give you the screwdriver, and instructions are actually already on the back, so you don't even have to go into the manual. So this is fine, and it takes 2 minutes, and you can actually mount this onto an Ergotron arm yourself, or another arm if you really want to be cheap, but I don't recommend that. I always say go for the Ergotron. If you want, I can put up a video about mounting this on an Ergotron. I might do that anyway. So here's all the cables and that I personally used once I've already put it on the stand, which, like I say, took me 2 minutes. Here's everything I used to do the setup. Obviously I didn't use all the cables because I didn't use the VGA cable, I used the HDMI. So it's just a matter of plugging the USB in, plugging the power, and plugging the HDMI. So just 3 cables, and then hitting the power button, and that's it, I'm good to go. The hotkeys and the strips there, they were already set up with the software. The stylus test. One of the things that I get asked about whenever I review anything, be it a 2-in-1 device, be it a drawing tablet, be it a mobile phone, anything that comes with a stylus, one of the first things I get asked about is the parallax. I was blown away by this. Huion had gotten this down to a millimeter, basically. You can see here I've got the camera right down, sat on top of the monitor, and you can see a millimeter, if that. And if you can only see that from the side, then when you're drawing on it and looking from the top down, you're not going to see anything. I was blown away, not a problem. I'm very, very happy. There's virtually no parallax, so totally happy with that. The next thing I wanted to look at was the pen pressure. This has 8,000 levels plus, which is the maximum that anybody has, including Wacom. I've noticed that virtually all drawing tablet manufacturers now are boasting that level of pressure. I'm guessing somebody's gonna come out and say 12,000 next, so who knows, but here's a drawing test of the 8,000 levels in Photoshop, and just going in and out of that, checking that there's no sudden blips, and yeah, it seemed to work absolutely fine. My only quick reservation on this is, while the matte screen really does help with this, I would have really appreciated some soft nibs. That would have helped more with the feeling of being able to push softer and firmer with my stylus. The hard nib, the hard plastic nib that I had with the stylus kind of stops you from being able to appreciate the 8,000 levels of pressure. You can feel the difference between 2,000 levels and 8,000 levels, but no artist can truly say, oh yes, I can feel 8,000 levels of pressure. But you can see here yourself that you can get the use from 8,000 levels of pressure, even if it is, very slight. So yeah, it works truly. You're getting 8,000 levels of pressure, and yep, this, the parallax, the matte screen, all absolutely great. Very happy. But there's still one more thing that I have to go and look for. So once I've done drawing swirly lines, which truly does make me happy, and it's one thing I have to do in the review, let's crack on with the drawing test. By the way, I do not have line smoothing turned on. I just want to point that out right now. So this is line jitter, and yes, like I said, line smoothing is not turned on, and this is about how smooth and jitter free I can get my line by drawing a slow line. Now my hands are not, I repeat, not the smoothest hands. I tend to draw fast because my hands shake quite a bit. So here you go, you can see, yeah, there you go. And I've got straight lines here. That's my normal speed, drawing that fast. And I got a straight line, and trying across as well. That may not look it, but that's a horizontal line. It looks like it's at an angle, but it's not. It's a horizontal line. It's just the angle of the camera. So there you go. And maybe a fast one as well. There you go. So let's crack on with the draw test now. And you probably won't be able to see what I'm drawing right now, but it's Predator. There's a new film coming out and I've got this thing on my mind. So I'll put the real-time version, or almost real-time version up so you guys can follow me along, or just check out how I use the Huion in real time. This for me was a lot of fun. I got to check out how the Huion actually works within an hour or 2 hours, and just have some real fun on this. I might actually come back to this sketch and work it up as a real piece, spend all day on this or a couple of days on this and get it really good, maybe even sell it as a print. This was actually only my second illustration using the canvas. The resolution on this isn't amazingly high, it's not a 4K monitor, but it's a large screen display. If you go into your settings, whether you're using a Mac or a PC, and you just tweak things a bit, I found that, as you can see here, it's giving me everything I need to be able to do a large scale piece of artwork. The canvas that I'm working in now, and I mean the Photoshop canvas, is 400 dpi. It's a really, I think it's about, I tend to work to about A2. If it ends up being good, it can be printed off large scale. It's just how I work. Yeah, I think one of the speed paintings that I did in Google Hangout ended up being printed off giant, and somebody ended up having it framed on their wall because it looked like them. All in all, this was amazingly fun to work in. I didn't tweak any of the hotkeys. I just got to work with how they were set up, and Shift, Control, Alt, the undo button, they were all there. They were all pretty well thought out. Over time I can go in and change them. The slider in the middle there, that just worked for zoom and I was perfectly happy. They've obviously thought about how people are going to use these in programs like Photoshop and Illustrator, Premiere, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. The anti-glare screen works absolutely wonderful. There's no movement on the stand. I think this is a pretty standard stand. Haha, see what I did there. But I don't know if they've done anything different to the back of the tablet or to the stand itself, but it seems really, really solid. Overall, I think the stylus feels absolutely wonderful. I think it was just really easy to use. The illustration, as you'll see on the end, you can only come up with a really nice, fluid, good illustration, especially the first and second time round on a device, if you're actually enjoying using it. And I think that's what this Predator illustration shows. It had more than enough buttons, and I think if I continue to use this device, then I can program those hotkeys to do exactly what I want. I'm fairly lazy when it comes to hotkeys, and I don't tend to program them all straight away like some people do. I tend to just leave them and then just program the odd one now and again, and then after a while I've got them all programmed, but it tends to take me several months to do it. I'm very economical about the way that I do that. I don't tend to do it all at once, because if I do, I don't tend to like the setup that I've done. This illustration, I was doing it from memory. I watched Predator 1 and 2 recently, so I didn't have a picture of the Predator in front of me. I wish I would have done. Obviously, the Predator is only in Predator 1 and Predator 2 for about 5 or 10 minutes in those movies. I think if I'd have watched something like AVP, then I'd have probably been able to draw him a lot clearer. So I think a big part of this experience for me was the Huion stylus. They give you two, which I think is really, really awesome, and two charging cables as well. So the charge actually lasts a while, but even if you lose a pen, damage a pen, that I do hear people rolling over their styluses all the time with their chairs, but either keep a pen on charge or you can just have a replacement on standby. But the good thing is the stylus here, I found it was really ergonomic in your hand. And you know me, I'm a big fan of studio ergonomics. You know, be it the Ergotron, be it the chair that I use. For me, this stylus felt great in my hand. And a lot of styluses out there don't. A lot of styluses feel absolutely awful. So it's nice to see somebody creating such a nice feeling stylus. There are a couple of small tweaks I could really do with, really like to see. Just something like the front end of the stylus. I'd like to see that having more of a rubber feel. I'd like to see more of a rubber nib. You know, I'm sure some people like the hard plastic. Personally, I'd like to see more of a rubber nib because I think it would also extend the life of the monitor. Would I like to see an eraser on the back? Possibly, yes. Because there are a lot of 3D artists, I think also maybe a third button on the stylus. So where you got 2 buttons, maybe turn that into 3 buttons. That way you wouldn't even need that button on the end because you have the charging port anyway. So maybe just give us 3 buttons. Other styluses have done that. So yeah, maybe that's the option. Because 3D artists need that extra button for moving around. I had an absolutely great experience using this tablet. I came up with a piece of artwork that I like, and with a bit of extra work could actually end up in my portfolio. And if I can do that, then I have to recommend this drawing tablet. Out of all the tablets I've been trying over the past couple of weeks and that I'm going to be putting reviews out about, this was actually one of the best drawing tablets I've been trying. Obviously, it doesn't have tilt and rotate in there, which is the next issue. But I think Huion's going to be really, really close in the stylus wars from what I understand. But hey, we're just going to have to wait and find out. For the money you are spending, if you're a professional artist, you can make this work. If you are semi-pro, this is good enough to get you to the next level. And if you're a hobby artist who can afford this, what more could you ask for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and click the little notification bell. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Let me know what drawing tablets you want me to review as well. If there's anything specific you want to know, then cool. Shout it out and I will do my best to jump right in and let you know. So that was it. That was me reviewing the Huion KAMVAS GT-221 Pro. And yeah, that was absolutely great. But we've got more Huions, more other drawing tablets to review. Let me know what you want me to review. Let me know what you want me to compare it to. I'm gonna mount this on an Ergotron arm, do that in a video. There's loads of other stuff we could do, but I want to hear from you guys what you want. So, peace out, chat later, go on.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!